Over the last week, I just been grinding a lot of this new gacha game, and I do want to show it a little bit and talk about this game because I've actually been enjoying it a lot. I've been having fun with it. This is one of those gachas that you can actually grind, and what I mean you can grind is that you can actually grind. This is GRANBLUE fantasy levels of grind. In fact, this is GRANBLUE fantasy. That's it. They took everything from GRANBLUE fantasy and made the Chinese version. Now, there is no confirmed global version yet. I do hope it does come to global. Hopefully it doesn't take 30 years, right? But so far, it's been pretty good. So I want to talk and show it a little bit, talk about the gacha, talk about the combat system, talk about the similarities between, obviously, GRANBLUE Fantasy and everything else. So before we start, hello the internet, welcome back to Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. And today's topic, Grand Red Fantasy. This game is called Trails of the Wind or something like that. And as you can see, it's GRANBLUE. Like, it's literally the weapon grid, the monsters, the characters, the MC having the ability to switch classes, and you can grind the different classes and different passives for each class. Like, it's a one-to-one. Even on the gacha, it's a one-to-one. So let's talk a little bit about combat, the gacha itself, how this game is actually pretty generous, and how this is a really niche title. So I don't have a lot of hopes for the global release. But again, if it comes to global, we'll be playing this, absolutely. I've been enjoying it a lot. So let's start first with combat, and then we can go into the rest of the systems, right? Combat in this game, it's a mix of GRANBLUE, like I was saying, and also Octopath. So it's open world in contrast to GRANBLUE. Open world, it's semi-open world. It's like instances and so on, right? That you can go explore, get quests, talk with NPCs. The game itself is beautiful. There is a day and night cycle. If you like pixel art and this HD 2D or whatever it's called for Octopath Traveler style of graphics, the game is beautiful. But I understand this is not for everyone. A lot of people who dislike pixel art nowadays, and because we're just getting old, alright? We are just getting old. And this is the old people style. No, not here, sir. There we go. So let's talk about combat first. Outside of the main story, the main focus of this game is the grinding bosses, and you will be grinding bosses for different resources to level up your characters, to get monsters, to get weapons, to break through your weapons, etc. Right? So there is two main ways of doing raids in this game. One that uses normal stamina up here, and one that uses BP, the red stamina. The normal stamina, you can do 2 bosses per day. And there is a lot of bosses to do, right? Like every boss has a normal version and a hard version. And then there is a second set of bosses right here with same thing, normal version, also the hard version, and then normal version here. And they are opening more and more bosses. So you can pick whatever you need to be grinding. Now, I have 3 attempts per day per boss, because if you buy the monthly card, you get an extra attempt per boss. Yes, I'm spending money already. Only the monthly guide, alright? Only the monthly guide, guys. It's a business expense. It's completely fine. But that's basically everything you can be doing. You will be grinding bosses every single day. That's the game. And that's what I said earlier, this is niche already. Because a lot of gacha players say they want a game they can grind until they get a game they can grind. And then they don't want it. So let's do a boss so you guys can just see how it looks. Alright, let's go to this 3, for example. And then also before we go into this, like I said earlier, if you already did your boss attempts, right, and you don't have any more stamina and you cannot do anything else, what you do is that you grind raids from other people, just like in GRANBLUE Fantasy. I have some filters set up, and as you can see, people will make the raids public, so they can either get carried or just share the loot and help other players, whatever it is, right? The rewards are usually based on how much damage you do, but just for participating, you are guaranteed good stuff. You can even get the weapons and the monsters without doing any damage. Just like GRANBLUE Fantasy, this is first come, first serve, right? You have to be fast to join the raids, because there will be a one-shot in the bosses. But that's basically the 2 type of raids that are in the game right now. The one you can just do with normal stamina, which is the one I'm going to be showing here, and then the one you can just join other players. You can also open your raids for other players to go and help you. So I go here and I start my own lobby, and then I can just pick a support, right? It's gonna be this one, and then you can pick your team. Now, you will be able as a free-to-play to basically get each team maxed out if you want. As you can see, I have multiple teams set up, but I'm focusing on the fire one for now. The game on the gacha side, and we'll talk about gacha later, has enough currency that you will be able to get all characters. the pay to win stuff as usual for any gacha comes into dupes for the weapons and the monsters themselves. But that's the team I have right now, the fire team with a water support, which is pretty good, and we pick a random 150 support character that will give some extra stats and passives to your characters. You're gonna start. Combat is turn-based, it's the usual bullshit, alright? Your characters, right now the meta is get a lot of buffs, and after you buff yourself, you kind of just destroy the boss in 1-2 turns, right? And for the most part, the game, it seems to be pretty well balanced in terms of opening new bosses and you being able to everyday progress into those. And you know, one day you cannot do even 10% damage, and then the next day you can actually start farming them on your own if you wanted. If you have problems doing a boss on your own, like I said earlier, you can also open them. So you can just open this and up to 30 players can join the raid to help you. So it's guaranteed you will be clearing them, even if it's like harder stages. And then you will be farming this literally for hours a day to get weapons and monsters, so you can break through them to the maximum amount of stars, which is 5 stars at the moment. But that's combat, right? And you can just do it on your own, or like I said, invite players. When it comes to the weapon and monster grid system, it is like GRANBLUE Fantasy as well. As you can see, some weapons can have extra passives. All weapons start at level 10, and then if you get enough dupes, you can get them to level 15 at maximum, right? When you get to 5 stars, then you can get these weapons to level 15 instead. So that system is the same, and the same applies for the monsters. So you get the monster and you will be able to break through them while getting dupes, right? If you get dupes for the monster, you will be able to break through to go to the next stage and then farm resources to actually level them up. I had so far no problem. Anytime I get the dupe, I can level them up, no problem. They give more than enough gold, more than enough food, more than enough resources for everything. In fact, they give even more than enough resources for the gacha. So for some reference on the gacha, it's, what a surprise, GRANBLUE Fantasy again. It's a 6% for SSRs. The pool of SSRs is pretty big, and I have most of them already. I've done since the game started like around 300-400 pulls, which is pretty good, right? Almost 400 pulls, not yet 400. I am 4 multis away from 400. And there is a lot of characters you can get. They are doing also rate-up banners in a couple days that only include 4 units instead of having so many. But it's the same. It's a 6% on the rate-up, and on the standard banner, it's a 3% instead. Every 3 multis, you are guaranteed an SSR, which is really good. And then you can either get dupes or not. So we can do a couple multis. The best thing, in my opinion, is that not only it's a 6%, but there is a cashback system. Oh, nice, actually a new one. There is a cashback system. Oh, we got double. So anytime you're doing pulls, as you can see, you're going to be getting back some pulls, and every 200 pulls, and this is continuously, this is not like one time only. Every 200 pulls, you get a selector to get a character or a monster of your choice, which probably monsters is better to get because they are harder to get. So we can do 3 more multis so you guys see how it works. Nothing on this one. Anytime you get the selectors is pretty good, and then anytime you're getting dupes, you're getting coins, which can be exchanged for a lot of extra resources and even more stamina if you want stamina. Right now I have it automatically set up to scrap all of the blue and purple characters and monsters because I don't care about them. So we get another SSR here, which is the current rate up for one of the limited units. Pretty nice. We already have her max out her weapon, but still is nice to get it. And now we get a selector right here, so we can pick that up. And as you can see, once again, when we do another 200 pulls, we will be able to get another selector. So the game is really generous to the point that even after doing those 4 multis, I still have most likely, what? Another 135 pulls saved, and I'm pulling like pretty consistently. The game gives you on your dailies a single, on your weeklies 5 singles. You can get an extra single with your guild. Actually, with your guild, you can get 4 singles per day. I think it is. Let me check here. 5 singles per day, standard singles with your guild, and then 15 weekly. So gacha-wise, it's pretty good. When it comes to the pay-to-win, it's obviously going to be those limited characters that either are not added to the standard pool or take longer to be added there, right? Another nice thing that they took from GRANBLUE Fantasy is that when you are getting dupes, for SSRs, you get gold coins, for SRs, you get silver coins, and for blue characters, you're getting copper coins. And these coins can be exchanged for either more stamina so you can keep grinding, or really good materials you can use to dupe your characters. And this applies to all of the shops. And on the SSR dupe shop, you can also get some max out weapons directly that include 3 passives instead of 1 or only 2. So there's like a lot of nice stuff. But like I said earlier, it sounds good until most people start playing. Most people do not play GRANBLUE Fantasy for a reason already, right? There is 2 reasons. The game is either too old for you already, like it's my case. I don't want to be getting into GRANBLUE because I have missed on way too many things to get into it now. Or simply people don't like the grind, right? A lot of people actually always say when you are on forums and, well, fucking Twitter and Reddit, right? And people say, oh, I want a gacha game I can actually play and grind. But the reality is when they give you the option to grind, they don't like it. Gacha players are kind of like, what's the word? When you have like a kid that's used to getting everything pretty quickly. I don't know what the word is in English, but you guys know what I mean. So far, the game it's been pretty good. I've been enjoying it a lot. I do hope it comes to global because this is something that I could see myself playing long term, no problem. I will keep an eye on the Chinese server. I'll also keep an eye on the game files to see if they translate anything, because that's usually the biggest indicator to see if we're getting a version or not ourselves. But that's about it for this one, honestly. Just wanted to show a little bit the game. I've been enjoying it a lot. If you guys want to play, I think you can only do it with Bilibili account or with a Tap account, which both are kind of annoying to make. That's it, enough ranting. We are live every single day. If you guys want to see more of this game and the other games we play, links in the description down below. If you like what you're cool, the internet, and I'll see you on the next one.